Hello, I am Teacher Jason, and a good day to all of you.
Hi everyone, I am Teacher Amy. It is good to see all of you. Good day, Teacher Jason.
Hello, Teacher Amy.
Teacher Jason, would you like to play a game?
Yes, Teacher Amy. I would love to play a game.
That's good, and they will help us in this game. Right, guys? This game called Know My Emotion. Listen as we read the given sentences 2 times. Listen carefully and think of what the emotion present in every sentence.
Number 1. I'm feeling low because my best friend is very ill. I'm feeling low because my best friend is very ill. What do you think the speaker might be feeling in the sentence? Yes, that's right. The speaker might be feeling sad. Number 2.
You're the most arrogant and selfish person I ever met in my entire life. I really hate you. You're the most arrogant and selfish person I ever met in my entire life. I really hate you. What do you think is the emotion of the speaker? Yes, you're right. The speaker is angry.
Number 3. What is happening over there? Is there a commotion? What is happening over there? Is there a commotion? What do you think the speaker might be feeling in the sentence? Yes, that's right. The speaker is being curious.
Well done, Teacher Jason. Let me ask you something. How to define out the emotion of the speaker in the sentences? What did we use to determine them?
I know. We listened to the tone of the speaker.
Precisely. We were able to know the emotion of the speakers by listening to the tone of their voices. Other than that, Teacher Jason, what else do you think that helped us?
Sorry, but I can't think of anything else, Teacher Amy.
We could choose the punctuation.
Punctuations? What are punctuations?
That's a very good question, Teacher Jason. Now, let's study about punctuation with the help of our punctuation friends. Punctuation. Punctuation is the use of spacing conventional signs and certain typographical devices has aid to understanding and the correct reading, both silently and aloud, of handwritten and printed text.
It is the practice, action, or system of inserting points or other small marks into text in order to aid interpretation, division of text into sentences, clauses, and etc. by means of such marks. So, What are these punctuation marks?
Come on, let's study about the different punctuation marks. A period looks like a small dot. A period or a stop is used to end a declarative sentence. For example, the house is dark and scary. The period at the end of sentence tells us that the sentence is complete. The period plus a space separates sentence in a prose and makes it easier for us. For example, I love cakes and chocolates. They are sweet and yummy. The period between the two sentences tells us that the two sentences are separated and must not be read together.
A comma looks like this. A comma has many uses. A comma can be used to separate things in a list. For example, in the farm, cows, horses, pigs, and sheep are walking around. The comma in the sentence tells us that we must separate words or word groups in a simple series of 3 or more items. A comma may also be used to separate two sentences with a conjunction. The conjunctions may be but, and, or, so, yet, because, or many more. For example, most animals have 4 feet, but birds only have 2. The comma tells us that the two clauses have different ideas, but they are connected to each other. This kind of sentence is called a run-on sentence. The comma may also be used to separate parts in a sentence, and they indicate a pause. For example, Mimi, hungry as she was shy to come forward and have a slice of cake. The commas in the sentence tells us that we must pause when we see them before continuing.
A question mark looks like this. Question marks are used when reading a question, to make an inquiry or to ask something. They are often seen at the end of the sentence, starting with what, when, where, who, how, and many more. For example, where do you think he went to? Haley, have you done your homework?
An exclamation mark looks like this. An exclamation point is used to write about a strong emotion or to write the words a person shouted. It can be used to make a statement stronger or more forceful. An exclamation point is often used in sentences with emotions of being angry, scared, surprised, sad, happy, and many more. For example, what a bad boy you are! Jane, come here this instant. You did a good job. Sometimes, an exclamation mark can also be used with a question mark to make a question more forceful. For example, why did you do that for? That is called an interrobang, but it is considered incorrect by grammar professionals.
An apostrophe looks like this. An apostrophe has two main uses, to state ownership and to make construction. An apostrophe can be used to show that something belongs to someone else. For example, it is the boy's puppy. If there is only one thing, the letter S is used after an apostrophe to show ownership. For example, we will go in Jerome's car. Sometimes the letter S is not used after an apostrophe to show ownership. Like, Father, put away the girl's clothes. It means that the word girls is in the plural form. So father had to tie it up for several girls. A word will end with just an apostrophe if there is more than one thing and the word already ends with an S. An apostrophe can be used to put two small words together. Two small words that are put together with an apostrophe to make one word are called construction. For example, cannot can't be made into the word can't. It is can be made into the word it's. Or they are can be made into their and this is normal in writing about the person speaking. Spoken English often uses construction because these words are easier to say.
Quotation marks look like this. Quotation marks, also called quote marks or quotes for short, are used around the words that people have said or direct speech. They are always used in pairs. The left quotation mark or the opening mark and the right quotation mark or the closing mark. They are used to tell us that the message was said or is being said by a certain someone. For example, Haley said, "Ella, please wash the dishes." Today, said our teacher, is the first day of the rest of your lives.
This is a colon. Colons can be seen at the beginning of a list. The colon is used to introduce a list of items. For example, the bookstore specializes in 3 subjects: art, architecture, and graphic design. This is a list of animals: birds, cats, insects, pigs, and sheep. The colon can be used to separate two independent clauses when the second explain or illustrate the first one. For example, I have very little time to learn the language. My new job starts in 5 weeks. All 3 of their children are involved in the arts. Richard is a sculptor, Diane is a pianist, and Julie is a theater director.
A hyphen looks like this. A hyphen has many uses in writing. Some words can have a hyphen added to change their meaning. For example, reform means start again, but reform means change. Resign means sign again, but resign means voluntarily leave a job or other position. A hyphen may also be used to spell out some numbers, like 32, 49, 86, or 67. A hyphen may also be used when a name for an object is used with a word for a thing made of that material. Just like stainless steel. When we want to write an object that is made of stainless steel, we will use a hyphen. For example, a stainless steel knife. Some words have letters at the beginning or prefixes. This can sometimes use hyphens. For example, anti-pollution, un-American, or non-fiction. We could also use hyphens to spell out words in a sentence. For example, family is spelled F-A-M-I-L-Y, or love, L-O-V-E. Wow, there's so many punctuation marks that we could use in writing. Now that we already know the different kinds of punctuation marks, let's have an activity. Here, we have 5 sentences. Fill in the punctuation marks that are missing in order to complete the sentence. You could pause the video so you can think further. Number 1. Where are the car keys? Number 2. My hobbies are reading novels, listening to music, and watching movies. Number 3. The cat loves to play outside. Max, 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 are you coming tonight? Mother always say, wash your hands before eating.